Real Madrid just paid 100 mil to sign Yan Diomande. Today, what I want to try to do is break down what I think they saw that made them pay that much money for him. Let's break it down. Now, Madrid just paid a ton of money to get Yan Diomande on the squad. Now, I know most people are probably thinking, who's this kid? I know. Because he really made a shine for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. But I even want to take a different angle to all of this. I think the reason why Madrid bought Yan Diomande is not because he's absolutely a baller and breaking down defenders like this.
Here's Yan Diomande. Create room for himself, going on a slalom run of the highest order. Still, Diomande! It's out of this world! A moment to take your breath away from Yan Diomande. And Diomande is through. Is he going to make it a hat-trick? Yes! You bet! Yan Diomande!
But I really think the reason why Real Madrid bought him was the fit in this new style of Madrid that's about to come out. So let's talk about the structure. But I want to take it back to Leganés a year and a half ago for him. When Yan moved to Leganés in the La Liga, in the Spanish league, Leganés played 5-4-1 as their formation for the most part. Sometimes they switch it up, but for the most part, 5-4-1. That means you defend first, 5 in the back. A player like Yan was brought on that squad to really help break down when they really need to counter. When they need a counter, they brought him on. But I'm not sure you can say his time at Leganés was what made Madrid pay him 100 million. He only played 10 games. 10 games he played. He started 6, came off the bench 4 times. That's not 100 million. But that was big enough for RB Leipzig to pay 20 mil to bring him on the squad with them that same year in 2025. See, for most of the people that never really watched him play in the Bundesliga will be wondering right now why pay this much money for him. But the reason RB Leipzig brought him from Leganés is exactly the same reason Madrid is bringing this player on. See, RB Leipzig also plays a different kind of football. Their formation is typically 4-3-2-1 or 4-2-2-2 at times, if things get tricky or if we want to switch it up. But 4-3-2-1 it really is. So you can see by playing 4 and 3, you're favoring defending when you need to, having up players in the mix. But for that kind of formation to work, for that style to work, you need energy. You need energy. And there are very few teams in the world that are known for always trying to push when they can. It's definitely teams like RB Leipzig. They play absolute counter-attacking football, and they go through the wings. This is why Yan Diomande fits on that kind of team, because they need wingers that can go up and drop back on D. And that's another area that he does well at. He drops back on D. He's only 19-year-old. He's only a 19-year-old, but he drops back on D. And when he needs to bum up We've seen this. Like I said, look at this.
He does discomfort players. He's broken away. Diomande! This young man has become one of the great entertainers.
Pace is definitely not an issue. He can burn through defenders. I think this is what Madrid saw and said, for us, the Madrid squad, or whoever's running the Madrid squad, for us, for them, we need to play it like that. But my question is this, though, guys, and I want you to check this out. I'm not the one to say Yan Diomande is a perfect product, but I'm here to tell you it fits in that system, that structure. He will fit in that. That's the new way of Madrid. What was Madrid's issue last year? Let's break that down. Last year, they couldn't defend. Even though they played 4-3-3, they couldn't defend. They couldn't. Not only could they not defend, the mids also did not defend well. So if the defenders that have the title of defending can't defend, and midfielders also can't defend, we all know what happens. This is what happened. Look at this guy. That happens. A player like Yan can play on the right side or on the left side because he uses both legs equally. He can ball. I mean, we've seen him bump through the right, bump through the left, and still equally breaking down the defense. So now, if Vinny stays and he doesn't go to Arsenal, and I'm pretty sure some random dude in London probably leaked that information, but I digress. I don't want the Arsenal fans jumping on my back. But if Vinny stays, Mbappe is on the squad playing up top, Yan on the right, and you have both Jude, you have Valverde, and if they can bring in some other player, but not just any player. Guys, you know what they need? They need a pivot, a midfield pivot. What does that mean? What that means is they need someone that can go get the ball from the defense and the defenders and bring that up top. Some teams go with one pivot. Some teams go with two pivots. I'm sure you've seen Rodri. I'm sure you've seen Bernardo Silva and some of those guys. I'm sure you've seen Casemiro. Toni Kroos and Casemiro played double pivot well when they played at Madrid. They both could go get the ball from defense and bring it up. Madrid did not have any of that last year. The pivot was in the back. Tchouaméni. Now that they have Cucurella, now that they have Dumfries, they still got Trent. There's Militao on the squad. But what's missing? I know they got Bernardo Silva, but something is missing. And that something is what I think makes Yan a perfect signing. That pivot is what's going to make or break this signing. It's not Yan. So when people talk about Yan this, it's not that. Guys, you're looking at the wrong thing. What you need to be looking at is who the pivot is. Who's going to be the pivot? That's key. Is that going to be Rodri? Or is that wishful thinking for the Madrid fans? Is that Rodri? But there's a pivot that's coming. So you ask me if Yan Diomande is a good signing and why Madrid paid that? I think they paid it because they understand bringing him in there. And if they can find the right pivot, My goodness. With the defenders they have, it's cleanup season, guys. It's going to be cleanup season for Madrid. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Like, subscribe, and check us out. Let's go.